So, hi everyone, thank you for joining. And today we're gonna be framing some curb for the shower. So I wasn't able to find the curb that will be long enough from the shooter that can be installed here, so I'm gonna be building my own. So first thing first, I'm gonna need to put some stud on the floor, and before that I would have to cut a little bit of a drywall over here, and I'll put my laser to see where the actual height of the curb should be. Hi Chris, it's going well, thank you for joining. It's going well. It's kind of the most important rough stage when I have to fill everything with blocking, frame all this stuff. So I just had a plumber that came and he readjusted the framing, the plumbing. I mean, so I can actually do the niche. But now I need to deal with that framing first. So I'm gonna cut a piece. I'm gonna cut a piece for the bottom, and the same piece pretty much should be on the top. So it is 71 inch. And I'm gonna mark and cut 71. It's kind of not enough room in here. This stud is quite big, so I'll put my vacuum under it to cut it. 71 should be somewhere here, exactly here. 71, yep, that's it. So I mark, and I cut it. Perfect. Now I'll cut another piece on the top, which should be also 71. So let's dry fit it first over here to see how it's landing, and it's landing perfectly. So perfectly. So now I'm gonna get another piece to cut it, also 71. Thank you for joining, guys. So the framing that we have is quite crooked, but I'm using the sections that are good enough to be cut and be quite straight. So this is 71. Another piece, 71. Mark it, and then I mean I can cut it straight without square but I better use square. Okay, so I have another piece that is, it's also kind of bold, but the edge of it is quite straight. So what I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna put it just like that on the top of it, and there will be waterproofing installed on the top of it. So it could have been pressure treated, but pressure treated lumber will dry, and it's not that convenient when you have uh, waterproofed and something like some kind of movement is happening. So I will use this stuff and it will be waterproof all around. So okay, uh, I'm gonna leave a half inch for go board from the outside and half inch from the side as well. And now I'm gonna turn on my laser level to see the actual top. So every time when it comes to curb installation, thank you for joining, guys. I'm impressed with your knowledge of building codes. Uh, it's just like all the driving rules, they were written with blood, and one of my friends told me that. So like every time when there is a rule about driving, it means that somebody died and they came up with a rule, so it's much safer. I'm not like telling that all of them, but most of them, pretty much. So the same stuff is here. Pretty much, your logic is telling you the right way to use it if you don't ignore it. So I'm gonna grab guys, and usually this the floor is not level. In this case, it is. I already use the laser to check everything, and it is quite level. But usually it's not. So in this case, I want to just show how to make your curb perfectly level. So it will work in both if you have the floor that is not level or the floor that is level. So one of the things that I always like is when you have baseboard that should go in the room. Usually I leave let me see, just make sure you can see it. Do you remember about martial arts today? Yes, I remember. I remember. Thank you. I just decided to run some uh, live stream since I have a little bit of a work that can fit in this interval. So I do remember. So let me show you guys. You can see over there the piece of baseboard, and this is the baseboard that should go in this bathroom. And when we gonna put the our curb and we need to plan the height, we can always make sure that the baseboard will fit right under that piece of stone that will be sitting on the top and will kind of overhang this baseboard. So I like to leave about like half inch or maybe a little bit less of room. So then when the stone is installed, it will be right about this piece of baseboard. And the same stuff on the other side that I already checked, and I know that it's all the same height and it will fit. So we're gonna have like our bottom plate and top plate. So what we need to do pretty much, we need to mark so it is 71. So pretty much we can divide it. 35 and a half is right here, and what I will do, I'll put one block at the center, one block here, another block in between, which will be 17 and a half here, 17 and a half, and 17 and a half to this side. So in a second you will be able to see what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So pretty much we know the height for our to our top, and we already have the thickness of the top plate and bottom plate laying on the floor. So what we can do, sometimes it's slightly bent, so I press it down, I take my tape measure, make sure it's pressed down, and then we measure. And let's say if your floor is quite off the level, if you measure from the floor from here to the laser mark where it exactly should be the top, you can cut exact height of the piece for each section, and then you mark it, and when you frame it, then you will have perfectly level floor, and no matter how crooked your floor is, and you don't have to shim anything, it will sit nice and perfect. So in my case now it is 3.5 inches, 3.5, a little bit more. Usually if it goes a little bit more, I don't put any 16ths or 30 seconds, I just mark like a plus. That means that like 3.5 inches plus, it means it's a little bit over than 3.5 inches. So this is 3.5 less, so 3.5 minus. I mean, I came from the metric background, so for me sometimes it's difficult, and also it's quite clear when I use it this way. So this is 3 and 3 8 plus 3 and 3 8 plus. And I mean, of course, if you can use it and it's more comfortable and convenient, you can use 16, 30 seconds and all that stuff. So 3 and 3 8 plus. And again, the last one, 3.5, 3.5 to press it also, so it might be even more. So it is 3 and 5/8, 3 and 5/8. So now, when I know the height for each piece, I will get my circle or so, and I'll start cutting 2x4s. I'll start cutting 2x4s. So guys, give this live stream a like by double tapping the screen, and consider subscribing to the channel as well. So let's bring some 2x4s. So I have some that has like a nail sticking out. Usually if you see the nail that is sticking out, I mean not the nail but the screw, I just grab my impact drill. I can step, like I have a square, metal square, and I press it and I simply unscrew it and it's ready. So that's perfect. So for framing we can use screws, or like decking screws, the ones that have like a cover on them, the paint, or we can use any galvanized type, or it can be nails, which I will be using here is ring shank nails, and I will also drive one more screw just to be safe. So, but for the speed, I'll be using ring shank nails. So I have my square here. I know that this side is square. Yep. And I'll be like 3.5 plus, which is right here. So I'm getting my saw. I'll be cutting on the vacuum. I like this vacuum, but by rigid. It's nice, compact, and you can carry it with you always. So usually I like to put two fingers here just to guide my saw. And I started. And it's always perfect. OMG. I have another guy who works at my workplace, and he's making some weird moves. I don't know what that means. They do some vinyl plank installation in the basement. So or like when they come here, they just do this kind of dance, which is kind of funky. Hi, Alina. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. So let's keep cutting those pieces. We have another piece, 3.5 inches. A little bit less than 3.5. Just like that. Mark and cut it. Perfect. This one is for here, 3 3/8. 3 3/8 plus a little bit over. Не, я не могу. Another one. And another one. 3 3/8. Вот тут выходишь, и на углу за бетоном красный такой колодец-кран, как бы он открывает. Вот спустись здесь, Сережа, вот так через большую дверь. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for marshmallow. Hi. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Alina, thank you. These guys are trying to find where the water is.
Сам собой разговариваешь?
Не, я лайвстрим. Вот. У меня не могу. Сыну надо ехать, сейчас будет martial arts. Угу. Я доделаю порог. А молодость. Sorry guys, I had to show them where the water is because it was pretty cold and everyone was afraid to have the pipe kind of bursting and freezing. So all the water in the house was shut off, and now we have like a well outside, and I had to show them where the well is. So 3 3/8 plus. Another one, and another 3 5/8 because the floor goes slightly down on this end. 3 5/8, and I have exactly before that hole 3 5/8. Okay. The guys came and they were like, "Man, are you tripping? Are you talking to yourself?" And I was like, "Nope, I'm not. I'm not talking to myself, but I am tripping." Let me double check. 5/8, 3 5/8. Perfectly, yeah. Perfect. 3 and 5/8. Another piece. So what we're gonna do now, guys? Just it will be a little magic. So we have our pieces in place, and now I'm gonna get better battery. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you, Alina. This is amazing. This is quite rough, I would say. It's a rough stage, but Alina, thank you. Thank you for your willingness to subscribe and for your support. I appreciate you. I like your logo. It looks like candles, right? Or one candle. So guys, like and subscribe to the channel. So I'm grabbing another battery, and I already have some nails loaded, but I will get a few more nails. So what I'm using here, you see, it's called ring shank nail. So it has like rings. So when it goes in, it stays there, and it's a framing nail, and it's galvanized. You can see it has kind of like silver kind of a color, so it's because it's galvanized. Just to show you the difference, I have the regular nail and galvanized. So you see this one is already started rusting, and it's just kind of no grooves, no nothing on it. That's why. And these nails, they stay in place much better because the lumber tends to dry over time. But I don't need to put it now because I have some. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna grab my uh, top plate. I'll put this one to the side just like that. So this one to this one is gonna be at the center. uh, this one is gonna be right here, and this one goes here. So usually if you have different thickness of the studs, I like to have them facing to one side, so pretty much it's flush here to have my board, and then if it's sticking out, it's better for them to stick out a little bit here because it's going to be a shower pan. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to bring my piece, which meant to be a top piece, and I'll put it exactly flush. And now if I'll press it down, you'll see that the laser line goes right. And if I press here, you see this laser line goes exactly on the top over here. So now I'll start assembling it, and I want to make sure my pieces are not gonna get pinched at the middle, because sometimes it might be the case if it's like kind of bowed. So now I'll just start nailing it. I make sure it's flush here, sticking out a little bit. So I'll bring it inward. I'll put my foot just to kind of put some weight on it, and then I'm gonna hit one screw, hit another screw. So it's ready here. Then I go to another side, and I'll bring it flush. Yeah. The
Богданчик, хорошего тебе завершения дня, доброй ночи.
Спасибо. Спасибо. Thank you. Увидимся. So guys, I just nailed this side on the top, this side on the top, and then I'm gonna go and nail this piece, and this. Thank you for your support, Alina. I'm glad that you are amazed by this kind of job. So then I'm gonna nail this side, and again, just keep in mind that we are attaching the top. So at the bottom can be not flush yet, and it's okay. So then I press it, it sits here on the top, and then you nail it. Then we go to this one, the same procedure, just like that. This is why I like DeWalt, because it's getting stuck always, and you pay like $200 for it to get stuck every time, which is not cool. I might need to put some oil. So what's up, guys? Now we have two faces here, guys. This is Jeremy, this is Serge. So these guys, they are doing some basement works now, right under me, shooting this stuff. Okay. And now when we have the top secured, we can attach the bottom. And we can use screws or we can use the nails. I'll use the screws because it will hold it in place where they are. It's right here. So you just press it, you can make sure it's flush, and then you drive your screws kind of toenailing it down. Just like that. One side and then another side. Make sure it's flush. So no, збили? Збили? No, no. Okay. Left and right secured, and then we can press it down and secure the center. So you start it like that. It bites into and bend it to the desired angle. When it goes in, make sure it's not sticking out. If it does, you have to bring it more inward. Whew, it's kind of hot in here, guys. Thank you for joining. I just figured that the tripod got shifted a little bit to the side. Consider subscribing to the channel, guys. So you see I have the center secured, the sides, and now I'm gonna secure this piece right here, just like that. This piece is too small, so it got cracked, but it's actually just part of it. It's not the whole piece. So, and this is the advantage of the nails to the screw. So let me just show you. When you drive the screw, the nail, usually it just sinks in and it won't split. For some reason it won't shoot. But the only disadvantage is that your heads, they are sticking out, and it might require some adjustments after. So that's why I like using nails, but You see, I have certain disadvantages, like when it comes to screws as well, that you can split your piece. So now I'm gonna drive the screws from the other side. I have a terrible battery, so when the battery fell down, usually what I don't like about DeWalt is that you have these bolts here, and when you drop the battery, and if it hits the ground exactly here, then your screw tend to fall from these spots. And it's not quite. So I'm gonna run another screw from this side. And then, guys, when we have all this stuff put together, we can so pretty much I can lift this whole piece, and it's actually a good thing to do because I have some debris that is better to vacuum from underneath. So you can also, if you have some liquid nails, you can run some liquid nails under it. In my case, what I want to do, I know where my studs are, so like the joists. So I mark my joists past the 2x4. So then when I need to attach it, I know exactly where to attach it. So I place it right here, and like I said, you need to make sure that you have this half inch here. Uh, and now we need to check and make sure it's square inside. I mean, at least parallel inside. So I'll measure from here. And of course, those studs on the back side, they are not parallel. 7 and 1/8. And then what we can do actually, not to have any movement, we can run one screw right in the floor, and I already know where my stud is, which is right here. So I'll run one screw, and then I can safely move this side, and that side won't move. So I have 47 and a quarter, and then on this end is gonna be also, it should be 47 and a quarter, and it's not. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move it so it will be 47 and a quarter, just like that. 47 and a quarter, and I'll make my mark just so I can see that it doesn't shift anywhere. 47 and 1/4. And this one is 47 and 1/4. And now I'm gonna double check this wall, but I know that because it has lots of plumbing and lots of like metal plates that protect the plumbing, this wall is kind of bumpy. So there is not a lot of sense for me to double check it here, but it's also good. 57 5/8 and 57 and 5/8. And it's actually pretty parallel here. 57 and 5/8, it's exactly. But the main thing for us is the inside of the shower. So then when we install our pan, and it depends on the tile. In my case, inside the shower. Hi, Jason C. The Schluter system is the way to go. Jason, I could have that shower prepped, waterproof, and ready to tile in 3 hours. Man, you are experienced tile setter. I was gonna say that's great. So let me show you, Jason. Hi, Alina. Hi. I see you. I see you still. So let me show you something, Jason. And I'm pretty sure, as a person who just mentioned Schluter, you know what it is. This is the Schluter base pan, and it's going to be installed inside your shower. And I know that they also have curb, but I wasn't able to find the curb that would be the same length, necessary length. So that's why I'm doing like a custom, but um, prepped and waterproof in 3 hours. This shower has quite few interesting elements like niche over here. Then we have the window. Thank you, Alina. Thank you. Thank you very much. So the window, and there should be Schluter that should go around here, and then inside it will be PVC trim. So the bench in the corner. So quite few things that like I should take care of before I will start actually like the waterproofing stage, and that's why I'm working on it right now. So we have that, and I was gonna say that this tile is gonna go inside, and pretty much these stones, they are like oval or round type. So if it's a little bit off, it's not that significant. But if you have a square tile that's gonna go inside and you'll be cutting like envelope cuts, you need to make sure it's parallel. Thank you for staying tuned, guys, for joining. Like the live stream by double tapping your screen and push the subscribe button for me to subscribe to the channel and don't miss the new live streams on this channel. So I'm gonna double check once again. 43 and 3/4. 43 and 3/4. Yeah, so this is my mark, and now I'm gonna drive the screws to attach it to the actual subfloor, and I'm running it through the subfloor into the joist. So also, when you drive screws from here, it angles that whole thing to the inside of the bathroom. So then I will run another screw on the opposite side from another angle, so it will drive it back where it should be. And I also haven't put any screw from this side. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty solid, but I'll probably put few more blocks after I'm done with it. So okay, it's ready, and like I said, I'll put few more screws from the top, just because it's good to have the screw and the nail, because nails is good, but going extra mile is always better. And you can see how this laser is shining exactly above the curb, which is what we need. So when this is done, I'm gonna put a few more screws to attach it to the floor. One from this side, one from this side again, one from this side. Few here. Okay, and two more on the other side. One, two. And when I install my waterproofing over here, I'll just put it past that I'll just slide it inside, and that's it. And it will fit right in between. And after, I will also drive a few screws in this side and in the other side. So it's already pretty stable, but I'll probably put a few more blocks since this block got cracked, and just to reinforce it. I have more lumber, so it's something that's easy for me to do now, but it might be a problem in the future. If something got loose. Whew. So thank you for staying tuned, everyone. So I'll add another 3.5, just like that. Over here. It should perfectly fit in here. So I don't know on which side they're gonna have the sliding door. So yeah, it's perfect. So now I'm gonna nail it from the top. One, two. Then I'll just hit it with a nail from here. Probably perfect. And I'll add another piece on the side where the block got cracked. So 3 5/8. 3 5/8. Take that piece, put it right here, and it's a little bit too short, and I either measured something wrong, or yeah, of course it's 3/8, 3 and 5/8. Okay, so let's mark it here, cut it. Now it should go right in here and fit perfectly. Yep, just like I said. Then I'm gonna hit few more nails. Uh, so what I'm gonna do, I'll probably put a few screws right before that, because then I won't be able to attach it nice and well. So I'll run few screws like that. Just to make sure it's secured. Then I can put my piece, and then I'll just, when I be sliding my waterproofing, I'll just make it a little bit shorter. So here's my nail gun. Just few. 1, 2. Then I can toenail it from here, probably. Nope. 1. 2. Perfect. Then I'll just use my hammer and I will shift them a little bit to the sides. So it is ready. And like I said, when we have our baseboard, it should go exactly like that. It will be a little bit of a gap, and then when they put the goal board, I'll put the goal board and the stone. It will be even a little bit higher, which is pretty good thing to have. It's better than to have it short. Thank you for staying tuned. Like and subscribe, guys. So, guys, pretty much it's all for today. So here's the curb, how it looks, and this is the laser that I use to shine this and project the perfect level line. And it's gonna be perfectly level and reinforced. I still need to secure that side there, but it's already pretty stable. So I put some blocking today. You also have to put the blocking in between, just not to have any gaps on the bottom. And I'll be cutting this stud here and here, and then yeah, it's actually, I should have done it before the plumber came, but I actually didn't know that the plumber will come to kind of do this kind of stuff, so it was kind of random. So I put the block in here, and I also put that piece not to have this drywall floating in the air, and there is the cover, because behind it it's an outlet. So I mean, I just said that it's better to put something, so then when whoever comes to put the glass door, they can secure it nice and well. and have plenty meat, and nothing will wobble and shake. So that's it, guys. So I completed that floor yesterday, this tile, and it already has some dust on it because some guys just came and started leaving their footprints. So yeah, and here's this Schluter piece that gonna go on the bottom on the floor and will be the base for the future tile. Let me show you a little bit of this. There is a beautiful sunset right now, and I was like, when I saw this red door that is open, I was like, it probably looks beautiful. So just want to show you the beautiful sunset. So this is how it looks. This house is on the mountain. So, and it has, you see there's like another mountain in here. And there is like a bunch of small rocks actually on the ground. So it's like it's called rock top or something, this street or whatever it is. So yeah, and there's some kind of like deck porch, I mean, for people to sit in the future. Some guys just poured the concrete recently. So, and there is like, when you go to another site, you will see it has again like a ditch in here, and you can see deer sometimes just kind of walking there, and or there's some guy that likes to shoot and he lives somewhere like behind there, so you can hear the shooting some. Yet here at the job site, after some work, I just showed the sunset.